You voted for Trump. How do you feel now?
Horrible. Horrible.
What did you vote for?
I voted for change, but I didn't vote for this change.
I think, when people say like, oh, we deserve like all these horrible things, all this pain, it's like, hold on, like he never campaigned saying, okay, all the good people who, worked really hard and are not even undocumented. That's the point, though, that some people are not even illegal. They're not undocumented. They have paperwork in process. They're showing up to court. They have asylum. They have TPS. They have all these different statuses. So that's, by definition, not illegal if you have a different status. They never said they were getting rid of those people.
I am in so much shock with the amount of Latinos for Trump that are now coming out saying we feel so backstabbed, we feel so betrayed, we feel used now that our families are being deported even though they're not criminals. You didn't feel that way when Donald Trump was talking about the Mexican families that he was going to be deporting. You didn't feel that way when he spoke about other minority groups that he was going to be deporting. But now that it's affecting your family, your uncle, your cousin, now you want to cry about it? Now you want to cry crocodile tears? Girlfriend, I don't feel bad for you.
The fact that so many Latino men voted for Trump this election is embarrassing and pathetic. Trump won 54% of Latino male voters this election compared to 36% in 2020. This is the same man who ran a campaign on wanting to round up Latinos, is calling for the largest deportation operation in American history, recently had a speaker at his rally call Puerto Rico trash, and wants to end birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants. Like, do y'all really seek white validation that badly, or does the machismo in you really stop you from voting for a woman?
Latinos for Trump believe by voting for him, they will be protected. They believe the economy would thrive, the crime would drop, and that their communities would be safe. But today, many Latino families, they feel betrayed because the very policies that they supported are not tearing through their neighborhoods, and some are deeply regretting their vote. So let's get to see more reactions, then I'll come back with more commentary, all right? Let's dive into it.
All right. I got a serious question. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be hateful. I'm not trying to incite a riot. I am not trying to hurt nobody's sensitive ass feelings. I am not trying to come for nobody's culture, but I legitimately have a very serious question that is going to be hard for them to answer probably. This goes directly to the Latinos for Trump. Serious question. What the fuck made y'all think that he was gonna save y'all ass? Again, I am not trying to point fingers. I am not trying to turn around and be like, but you voted for that and you got that. I legitimately want to know why y'all voted for it. I need to get into your brain, because clearly y'all brains wasn't burning, and I need to understand why. Something along the way happened where y'all did not listen to the words that was coming out of his mouth. And again, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm trying to figure out, did you not comprehend the words that was coming out of his mouth? Because I'm starting to realize that a lot of Latinos for Trump don't even speak English properly. And again, this is not a jab at you. I'm legitimately trying to figure some shit out. I do know that during his rallies and stuff, there's an interpreter who would say everything back in whatever language that they trying to interpret for, or there's like subtext up on the screen in the language that they trying to interpret for. And I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck was y'all hearing when Donald Trump was talking. Again, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It may come off asshole-ish, but I'm not trying to be an asshole. I legitimately, I want to know what the fuck went through y'all mind. Because Trump out of his mouth several times, this ain't no propaganda, this ain't something that somebody spliced together and put two different videos together. No, that's not what happened. Even when he was on the platform for the debate with Kamala, like, he said it multiple times that he was getting rid of illegal immigrants in the areas of which they make up most of the workforce, and the Americans are at the very bottom of that totem pole. Those things was agriculture and manufacturing. Like, it is what the fuck it is. The fact is, not a stereotype, not my personal opinion, the fact is that Latinos make up 90% of agriculture or manufacturing jobs in the United States, no matter if they are here legally or illegally. 90% of Latinos make up the agriculture and manufacturing jobs in the United States. Those were the two sets of jobs on top of coal mining and oil mining that Trump was like, we got to get it back up with American workers and no more immigrants. So I'm trying to understand why the fuck y'all heard that and thought that y'all was going to be safe. That's a literal question. Because if the fact is that 90% of the workforce for agriculture and manufacturing is made of illegal Latino immigrants, who did y'all think they was coming for first? And why you so surprised that they came for you first? Again, I am not trying to point fingers. I literally need to understand where y'all brain was and is right now, because y'all still defending this man and I'm not understanding how. Trump has literally turned y'all whole life, y'all whole existence upside down. Okay, like it's not even Trump. The United States in general has fucked over Latinos 7 ways to fucking Sunday. A lot of people don't realize what the Louisiana Purchase was and what the end result of that was. A lot of people don't realize what the war for California, Arizona, and New Mexico was. A lot of people don't understand why the fucking Alamo stands. But I do. I understand it. I understand that the United States is a piece of shit and they keep on pulling the rug from up under y'all ass. So why in the fuck do y'all keep on listening to these white men? I'm legitimately confused. I do not understand why the fuck y'all listen to Trump. So this is me literally coming on TikTok out in the open to have a real conversation with y'all to understand why y'all really are going so hard for this disgusting piece of shit who clearly don't give a fuck about y'all. It was like not even 2 months ago. It was a couple of weeks ago that Trump came out his mouth and said that he don't give a shit about the Latinos. He just wanted y'all vote. And y'all still standing up for him. Why? Why?
All right. So I had a conversation with a Latino for Trump guy, and it all makes sense now on why they vote for Trump. And I'm going to let you guys know. So basically, I just asked him, I said, hey man, why do you vote for Trump? Why do you like Trump? And this is what he told me. So just get your pencils out, pens, whatever, because you're going to need notes, because he said, well, bro, it's because with Trump, dude, it's because Kamala, bro. Like if you see Kamala, you're like, what? Like that doesn't even is she that's not how she is, right? All fake. But Trump's he's real, bro. And he does, he had a business, bro. And he had lots of businesses, dude. So the economy, because of his businesses, dude. And then people oh, he bankrupt, bro. All businessmen go bankrupt, bro, at least once or twice. And then they're like, oh, his dad gave him money, dude. That's cool to have a dad that gives you money. And then they're like, oh, he's mean to women, bro. Who isn't mean to women, bro? Come on, we're all mean to women, bro, right? I mean, just, so then he with the tariffs, bro. The tariffs are terrible, bro. They are. They're the worst, bro. I mean, because China, bro, they come in. So, and the border, dude, there's, they're with the dogs and the cats and the chupacabra, that's what it is, dog. So there you have it. That's why.
The Latinos that voted for Trump because of the economy. I'm sorry, I tried. How's it going? ¿Cómo les va? Hold on. Seriously, have you made more money?
So I just asked a Latino at my job, why you vote for Trump? This is what he told me out of his mouth. This is what he told me. He say he voted for Trump because he know Trump hate them. This is what he said. He know Trump hate them. So they vote for Trump to make the Republicans feel like they with them so they could stop attacking them. This is what he told me. They only voted for Trump because Trump and them hate them so much, they wanted to show them they on the side of Republicans so they could leave them alone. I say, so you went and voted for Trump because you was scared you might get deported? And he said, yeah. Which I couldn't even say nothing but I guess that's right, you know what I'm saying, you know, but it's not about the policies. I say he ain't gonna do nothing for you, but y'all just so scared from getting deported that you went in that booth and voted for Trump just to try to show the Republicans y'all on their side. That's really the dumbest shit I ever heard, but people have all kind of reasons. And I never heard that reason in my life, but now I'm starting to think about it. When you getting 54 to 60% of Latino men, it got to be a reason why they voted for him, because he ain't spewing nothing but hate towards them. So it kind of got my attention, like, yeah, they voted for Trump because they want to show the Republicans they on their side. So I looked him in the eye and I told him, I say, bro, you just like me, bro. You think they finna give you some shit? You think they care about you, bro? Like, really? If you vote for them or not, bro, they do not like y'all, bro. I say everything that they been saying about y'all, that shit come from the heart, bro. That ain't because they want to help y'all. But for a group of people, as you claim, only voted for Trump because y'all want to get them off y'all back so they can leave y'all alone. They ain't never gonna leave y'all alone, my brother. Never. So that's one of the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. But I kind of understand where it coming from. But it ain't gonna work, because when you hate somebody, you just hate somebody. So I hope it work out for you Latino, man. I really do.
I voted for Donald Trump.
And why did you cast that vote?
I voted for him the first election, the second time he ran, and again a third time, even though he lost the last one, you know, but
in terms of policy, what were you gravitating toward?
I was really focused on the immigration part, believe it or not.
So tell me about your stance on immigration.
From my heritage, my Mexican-American heritage, immigration is very important to me. It's been very important to our family. The misconception we have with immigration is that we should just let everybody in, right? But I also believe there needs to be a proper way to do that, as opposed to just bringing in anyone that decides to want to be here.
For the Hispanic, Latino, minority Trump voter who thinks they're all set, what do you think denaturalization means?
For those of you who don't know, don't worry. I'll interpret it for you. It's the removal of citizenship. Yeah, Congress can do that. So for a lot of you Latinos that think that because you're naturalized, you're safe, no, you can lose your citizenship. And deportation is immediate once that happens. And that's Stephen Miller, the white supremacist they've always had a plan. Again, the Republican Party is the party of white supremacy. They've always had a plan to use their vote, and once they get the vote of the Latinos that are foolish enough to vote for them, then they discard you. They don't want immigrants here. Even if you're naturalized or have citizenship, it's never been about being here legally. It's about stripping your rights away so that you're not part of the equation and you're not at that table. You fucked around and now you're gonna find out.
Dear Latinos, being racist to other Latinos, indigenous, and black folks will not bring you any closer to the whiteness that you crave so much. And if this message bothers you, then it was probably meant for you.
Pinche raza culera, güey, la neta. I am so sick of you fucking MAGA Latinos all up on my comments talking about how you're so fucking proud to be Trump supporters. Motherfucker, you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment to the Latino community. You really fucking are. Here's the difference between you and I. You reject your culture. Me and people like me, we embrace it. That's the difference. That's the fucking difference. You're embarrassed of where your family came from. Let's be real. You fucking are. You're embarrassed. You wish so badly you were fucking white and your last name was Smith. Motherfucker, they're never gonna accept you. They're not. They're gonna look at your last name and they're gonna know that's just some brown person. You're fucking embarrassing. Me? I embrace where I came from. I love it. I love the food, the culture, the music, everything about it. It's a part of me. It's half of me. Yes, the United States is my home. I live here. I love it here. I have a family here. I have children. This is home. But that does not mean that I have to reject where I came from. I am Mexican and American. So next time, ask yourself, am I a Trump supporter because I'm ashamed of where I came from? Dig deep, because I feel like that's exactly what that is.
Latinos for Trump. The biggest joke in history. When will Latinas figure it out that white proximity is not white when it comes to white supremacy? And you will not benefit the same the way white people do. You will not get those benefits the same at all. You won't even get close to it. They tricked you. Joke's on you. So I used to live in Fort Lauderdale, 954, Broward County, and I used to go visit Miami a lot when my aunt lived out there, and they were so fucking racist. I had so many Cuban friends, Puerto Rican friends, Guatemalan friends, Peruvian friends. I had a lot of different Hispanic friends. But when I see them Cubans, baby, the worst.
What you're witnessing right now is not just political regret, it is a reckoning. Many Latino voters, they came out in record numbers, believing that Donald Trump would deliver economic stability, bring law and order, and most importantly, protect them because they supported him. Many believed that loyalty would guarantee safety, and they believed that voting for a Republican would separate them from the undesirable migrants. But politics does not work on loyalty. It works on policy. And policy does not care who you voted for. So you see today, Latino communities are among the most targeted by immigration raids, ICE agents are showing up at workplaces, schools, homes, and even neighborhoods. Families are being separated. The people who believed they were safe are now terrified. And the painful truth is that policy does not check who you voted for. Some Latino voters, they believe by supporting DJT, it would grant them proximity to whiteness, privilege, and even protection. But history has shown us time and time again that proximity to whiteness does not equal protection. Trump also promised a booming economy, but when ICE raids happens, workers disappear overnight, small businesses suffer, families lose income, and children drop out of school. So communities collapse economically from the inside, and now the same people who voted for economic stability are now facing instability in their homes and in their businesses. So for many Latino voters, this moment is a political awakening, and that they are now realizing that political parties don't see them as individuals. They see them as demographics, votes, and even talking points. And when elections are over, promises fade. Some Latino are even saying that we thought he was safe because we voted for him. But voting for power does not make you immune to power. And Black Americans won about this moment. They won about the Trump policies, and that when one community is targeted, it sets the precedent for others. But those warnings were being ignored. And for many Latino voters who are now regretting their vote, your feelings are valid. And a regret is part of learning. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.